Why do we always desire what's out of reach? Why does the absence of something hurt more than its presence? And why is it that the moment you stop chasing, they begin to look back? This is a harsh lesson most men learn too late. The one who took you for granted never realizes your value until you're gone, until you're no longer there, no longer a guaranteed part of her life, when the man she once dismissed becomes someone she can never have again. Heartbreak isn't the real pain. The real agony comes from realizing that your emotions were manipulated, a weapon she never had to raise a finger to wield against you. Every message you sent, every attempt to make her understand, every late-night thought about your mistakes, it was never truly about you. It was about power, and she had it because you handed it to her. So what happens when you stop giving? When you stop trying to explain yourself? When you stop making it easy for her to read you? That's when things start to change. Most men don't see it coming. The moment you stop reacting is the moment you take control. She expected you to break. She expected you to wait. She expected you to always be an option, even if she never planned on choosing you. But eventually the tables turn. You've seen it before. The moment you move on, the moment you thrive without her, the moment you stop needing her validation, that's when she begins watching. That's when the regret sneaks in. That's when she starts asking herself, did I make a mistake? But by then it's too late. The man she left behind is no longer there. The man who once begged for her time, who waited for her to care, who kept the door open just in case, he's gone. What's left for her? A ghost, a memory, a man who no longer cares. And that's when she truly loses you. So ask yourself, do you want to be haunted by the past? Or do you want to be the one who haunts her memory? When a man stops reacting, stops explaining, and stops justifying, he becomes a mystery. And nothing is more powerful than a man who's no longer accessible. If you're ready to become untouchable, if you're ready to leave behind the broken version of yourself, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I am the storm, not the aftermath. Now let's dive in. Number 1. The moment she took you for granted. There was a moment, a subtle shift you didn't notice at first, but you felt it. Maybe it was the way she stopped responding quickly. Maybe it was how she once admired you, but now you saw indifference in her eyes. You knew she was slipping away, but you told yourself it was just a phase. No, that was the moment she realized she had you completely. Attraction thrives on uncertainty, on challenge, on the thrill of not knowing. But the second she knew you were all in, the moment she realized you were no longer a mystery, that's when she stopped valuing you. Women don't lose interest in good men. They lose interest in predictable ones. The ones who worship them, who put them at the center of their world, who are always available. Why? Because people don't appreciate what they don't have to work for. Think about it. When was the last time she truly chased you? When did she feel like she had something to lose? The truth is, she never had to. You gave her all the security of a relationship without making her earn it. And when something is given too freely, it's taken for granted. She started treating you like an option because you let her. She knew you'd always be there, always forgive, always wait. And the second she realized you'd never walk away, you became safe. And in her world, safe means boring. But ask yourself this. When has a man ever become legendary by being safe? The answer is never. Now here's where most men fail. They notice the shift. They feel her pulling away. And what do? They panic. They chase harder. They double text. They try to remind her of how much they care. They try to prove their worth. But every time they do that, they lose more of her respect. Respect isn't given through words, it's commanded through action. A man who respects himself will never beg for someone to see his value. So what's the move? Simple. Let her feel your absence, not as a game, not as manipulation, but as a standard. If she wants distance, give her more than she expects. If she stops prioritizing you, remove yourself completely, not to punish her, but to show her what life looks like without you in it. When a man truly walks away, when he stops chasing, pleading, proving, that's when she feels it. That's when the realization hits. She had something rare and let it slip away. If you're done being an option, if you're ready to reclaim your power, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I am the prize, not the pursuit. Number 2, disappearing without a sound. The power of vanishing. Silence is louder than words. It's more haunting than any goodbye. And when used correctly, it's the most powerful response you can give. Most men make the mistake of thinking closure comes from a final conversation, a last message, a desperate attempt to be understood. That's not closure. That's just an invitation for her to reject you again. When a woman pulls away, she's expecting one of two things. Either you'll chase, proving you're still under her spell, or you'll lash out, showing she's got under your skin. Either way, she wins because both reactions show she still has power over you. But what she doesn't expect is for you to disappear without a sound. No explanation, no argument, no last words. Just gone. Here's the psychology. When you beg for her to stay, she knows she still has power over you. When you argue, she knows she still controls your emotions. But when you go silent, when you remove yourself so completely that she starts wondering if she ever even mattered to you, that's when the real panic sets in. Silence creates an emotional vacuum, and the human brain hates unfinished stories. It craves resolution. When you disappear without a trace, she's left questioning everything. Did he ever really care? Did I misjudge him? Is he already moving on? And before she knows it, she's doing exactly what she thought she never would. Thinking about you when she should be forgetting you. Understand this. A man who disappears on his own terms is not weak. He's untouchable. He's the man she can't explain. The one who didn't need closure. The one who had the strength to walk away first. What happens when you walk away first? You control the story. She might not show it, but she'll feel it. Days will pass, then weeks, then months. One day she'll scroll through old messages and realize you never came back. You never gave her a chance to explain, to justify, to rewrite the ending. That's when regret begins to creep in. If you're done explaining yourself, if you're done chasing ghosts, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence speaks louder than words.